Great pleasure. Joining us now is Laura Ingraham, the great host of the Ingraham Angle on Fox News. Laura, it's always wonderful to see you. So kicking butt. Let's start kicking butt in the UN, you know? No open borders, no green scan. I don't know. I couldn't see their faces. I wasn't there. Frankly, I wouldn't have any interest in being there. I don't know whether you have any interest in being there. But here he is. I just love it when he tells him, you know, here's the truth. Donald Trump, truth teller, Laura Ingraham, you know, they may not like it, but they got to hear it.
Well, I think, Larry, we've seen American president after American president go before the UN and utter global niceties. You know, the global community is going to come together. The global order is going to be restored, working together for the global good. And they go home and nothing really changes. So it's nice. They go to some, you know, breakout sessions and some meetings. They have some late night dinners, and the American delegation goes home. The UN ambassador goes back to his or her office. And again, it's just the status quo. So Trump decides, I'm going there and I'm actually going to tell them the way it is. And it's going to be a tough but pragmatic and, yes, forward-looking address about how they can actually save themselves. And look, if it were I'm not even sure I would go to the UN. I think I might just send a written statement and have someone else read it, because I think it's basically past its usefulness. But Trump actually cared enough to go and to give them his view on why things have gone to hell in a handbasket and how they can slowly begin to turn things around. I thought it was refreshing. You know, Kamala Harris was on The View, I think, saying he was laughed at. I don't think so. From what I could gather, the folks there, the other delegations there, looked scared, like terrified, like, oh my gosh, like this guy is reading us the riot act, and you know, some of what he's saying is actually, you know, makes a lot of sense to us. So I don't think there was laughter. There was it was riveted attention on Trump. And again, we're never going to see another person like him as president of the United States. I thought it was terrific, and I think it's long overdue. You know,
talk about truth-telling. Okay, so between open borders and radical climate change, the Europeans have essentially destroyed their body's politic all across the continent, okay, with very, very few exceptions, including England, okay? I mean, like the conservative Tory party is disintegrating, and they're going over to Nigel Farage's conservative party. But even in the other countries, it's the same story. I mean, look at France, for example. France, Macron, the whole government has crumbled, and they've all embodied. I mean, Germany went through the German economy. The GDP has been falling quarter after quarter, Laura. I follow such things. Oh, this is Angela Merkel put them on the path of radical climate change and virtually open borders, unlimited immigration, and the voters are furious. I mean, the populist revolution that we've seen here electing Trump is spreading to Europe, even though I don't think most of the European politicians get it. I mean, that's what's going on here. That's why they're probably scared to death of what he said today.
Well, I think, look, they have a different system of government, and most European countries, of course, they have parliamentary systems, so it's much more difficult to make the fundamental change that Trump has really made in the remaking of the Republican Party. So it's difficult there, because you get two coalitions that will unite against the Reform Party, as we're seeing in England. It'll happen in the National Front, where they're basically, you know, telling the opposition leader, we're going to put you in jail. You're not allowed to run again. I mean, so all these elite global forces aligned against the true reformers, the true populists. But nevertheless, you're right. AfD in Germany still making huge gains. We see the Swedish mainstream parties becoming much more anti-immigration. Italy obviously has Meloni. Spain has a rising populist movement. So, look, Donald Trump has changed the game, and I think he's trying to tell these people, and he's frank about it. He's saying this is your only way forward. It's either going to be China or Islam. That's it. And it's brutal. It's brutal to hear, but, I mean, who else is going to tell them this except Trump at this point, or maybe Vance?
And here at home, I mean, he gave this long Truth Social post. You probably saw it. He is not going to let the Democrats push him backwards after one big, beautiful bill. He's not going to let them spend another $1 trillion. He's not going to let them reopen the borders. He's not going to let them, reopen the issue of transgenderism and biological men playing in women's basketball and all that's related to that. He's not going to let them do it. He's basically saying, fine, I'm not going to talk to you. He was going to talk to them. He saw their demands. He said, you have no business making these demands. He's not going to do it, and he shouldn't do it. Why should he do it?
Now, they were going to do another, remember Pelosi was pointing her finger at Trump in the conference room, and that was her moment, and they come out to the cameras, and they grandstand, and they send out a fundraiser that night. He's just not going to give it to them because, as we understand it, they wanted to spend upwards of $2 trillion more to be bought off to keep the government open. And we're out of money. We're not doing it. Trump said, basically, go pound sand. Come back when you're serious. Not going to play their game. And he shouldn't. Look at, as you noted, top 3 issues. Donald Trump is leading the Democrats, Republicans leading the Democrats on immigration, crime, and the economy. That's the whole ball game. And that, again, his way is the only way forward. If we're going to have a country that is independent and strong, and we have a lot of work to do, and we still have a lot of debt, and he knows it's serious. And I got to tell you, Larry, I was with him all day on Sunday. Had the great blessing and privilege to go to the Charlie Kirk memorial service. So I flew out and flew back with him. That, as other people were resting and other people were taking little breaks, and he just does not stop. Maybe he watched football for 5 minutes, but he does not stop. He's working his foreign policy on the economy, on the spending. I mean, he just doesn't stop, and he knows has a limited time to do what is necessary to right this ship. And man, is he moving on all cylinders. It was impressive to see. And I think the country, after seeing these Kamala Harris interviews, Larry, should be breathing a sigh of relief that woman is not the president of the United States. Do you want to talk about terrifying? Watch her interview last night with Rachel Maddow, if you can suffer through it.
Kamala's calling him a communist dictator. Kamala doesn't even know what that means. I mean, it's just like all this fascist stuff. They don't even know what that means. That has nothing to do with anything. And you know what? You reminded me, I mean, on the miracle of what happened on Sunday, the miracle. Even there, Mr. Trump came out. He had done it before at the Bible Museum, as you know, and he did it again at the Remembrance. He has come out for a religious revival, a God revival, okay? He has come out for that. I think it's the greatest thing in the world. People of faith love this. The Democrats are on the wrong side of that also, Laura.
For none of them to show up? I mean, wouldn't it have been amazing if a few Democrats came and spoke and said, we didn't agree with everything Charlie said, but my goodness, we have to be here to say no to political violence.
Yes.
I mean, really, they're more upset about Jimmy Kimmel getting suspended for 6 days than they are for a man who actually lost his free speech rights forever. Okay? Think about that for a moment. Kimmel mattered, making millions of dollars and losing money for his network, but Charlie Kirk lost his voice forever, and they didn't give a you-know-what.
You're right. I mean, they could have come out and they could have taken part. You're 100% right. Laura Ingraham, you're always right. That's why we love having you on this show. Thank you.
Great to see you, Larry.